Don't cancel me, please. I'm not a bigot, I promise. I know my hat's red, but it's a one-piece hat.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today as we continue our Dann Hipp Tier List. Today we are going through, we're going to actually start at the end of G because we did miss one card. We're going to be going H through L for the rest of it. Myself, NickDaGreekGeek, and Parry Manilow have joined today. We are doing something a little bit different. So the new system that we're going to be using just to cut down on time and make it a little bit easier for viewing, we're just trying some new stuff out. We are each going to say a letter where we think the card should be.
Hell to the no. Lies. Lies, 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 lies.
We have some pre-selected cards that we are going to go more in depth with. They're some of our favorites, or they might just be really good chatting points, but I'm excited. Should be a good time. You all ready?
Let's get it.
Let's get it going.
I'm ready to rank some hips.
Wonderful. Well, the card that we missed last time was the card that is coming this season, Gorr the God Butcher. And this is one of the ones that I asked that we go a little bit more into because I think it looks really, really cool. Like, I think it might be a S tier for me.
Yeah, it's so different than the base art too, which is really cool. Like, it looks like a different character almost. So I like this design a lot. The sword hand is pretty cool. The pose is unique enough. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go S tier, but I would say at minimum A.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm interested in really seeing where the animation comes in with this. You know, do his little tendrils animate. I'm assuming his cloak is going to animate. And it really pops. I like the coloration on the arms. The lines are, again, like you said, it's different than a lot of the other stuff that he's done. I would be comfortable putting this in S tier. I think it's really, really good.
Okay. Up next, we have Havok. I'm just going to say out a letter. I think this is an A for me.
A.
I'd say B, but
2 A's takes it.
Hawkeye. I am going to say this is a B for me.
B tier, indeed.
agreed B.
Okay.
Simple.
Heimdall. This is, honestly, it might be a C for me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. C.
Same.
Okay. This is going swimmingly. Hellicarrier. This is an S tier for me.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best Dann Hips in the game. As with Cerebro last video, this is a top tier S tier for sure.
Any type of card that is like non-organic that he could put limbs on is immediately a smash hit. And all the little character details too. Just great.
Yeah, this one is one of the few before I was 700 gold complete that I went out of my way to purchase and get because it is so, it's just magnetic how much it pulls you in. You've got the flying Nick Fury. I mean, the hand alone, the smiling face.
It's just a big
just
freaking plane and they made it into a cute little character. That's impressive.
That's the best part. It's the creativity.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you look at Heimdall, the previous one we just looked at. It's like, all right, I'm going to draw Heimdall standing there with the sword.
Yep.
You can't get very creative with Heimdall, but you can just take Hellicarrier and go absolutely wild with it. And that's why it absolutely deserves to be S tier.
Hellcow.
Easy.
Hellcow is maybe a B or C for me.
We might have our first big debate here. I think Hellcow might be high A, if not S.
I completely agree, Parry. I think she is exceptional. And
Let's get into it, Gregor.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
As is
So
the
B or
rule.
make your case.
I don't. Okay. Looking closer at it, there is some charisma in there. It does have a Scooby-Doo-esque. Listen, we did say our rule is if two people say the same thing, I have to acquiesce here. So,
I mean, you can fight because we do have a discrepancy on it. So we can fight over this. You can try and make your case and sway me and Nick.
I'm not sure I can though. It is really cute. Like, give me your reasoning.
It's the right blend of cute and menacing.
Yes.
It's got the Diablo kind of Hellcow vibe going on, you know, the old Diablo 2 cow level thing going on.
No.
The cow bell around the neck is a nice touch too. Just a very good dynamic pose. It's a freaking cow on its hind legs jumping up like a horse with demonic eyes. Like,
okay,
I don't know if it's S, but I would say it's an easy A tier and towards the top of A.
Would you put it ahead of Havok?
Yes.
Oh yeah, like that's the easiest question you've ever asked. Like,
yes.
The bell moves. You could see her udders. Like he made sure to make them visible in there.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
The
All right,
hooves
I
look
didn't
like
see the
hooves.
udders before that.
Yeah.
Actually, drop it down to B. I'm sorry. I don't want to promote this kind of behavior here.
She's a lady. All right. Up next, we got Hercules. This is one of the other ones I want to talk about. I actually really like this one a lot. I think this is a tier for me.
Yep, I would say it is right behind Hellcow on the A tier, but still very good for sure.
I would have gone B, but 2 A's negate my B, so I'll ignore the octopus jumpsuit that he's got on over top.
It's a harness. Thank you. All right.
I mean, actually, I had not really seen that before, and now I'm not going to be able to unsee it. And that
just-
might
Nope.
actually take a hit to B for me.
Ooh.
That really does look like octopus tentacles, and now I just can't unsee it. God damn
Well-
it, Nick. I really like that variant.
I'm going to say this seems like this seems anti-LGBTQ because he is a queer character within the comics.
Ooh.
And that is something that
Never
the queer
mind, S
community would
tier.
wear.
Don't cancel me, please. I'm not a bigot, I promise. I know my hat's red, but it's a one-piece hat.
Yeah, I don't have the best choice of color of hats to wear.
It says One Piece. It says One
does-
Piece.
it
It's
does say One
colors,
Piece.
red and yellow. God damn it.
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Okay, so we're agreeing that it's an A tier. I'm glad that was easy.
You
Up
pulled
next-
the card. Can't argue with that.
I mean, he is a queer character within the. All right, next up we have High Evolutionary. I think this one is probably a B or a C tier for me.
I'm with B.
I would even almost go C. There's not a lot going on. He's just standing
He's
there.
standing there. Do you like him more than Heimdall?
Yeah, but that's also not a hard bar to cross.
Well, there we go. I'm okay with C for him. I'm okay
Deal
with
with
that.
Heimdall.
Hit Monkey, I think it's an A.
Yeah, Hitmonkey's really good. Not a whole lot going on in the animation department, but the design is super cool. Very inspired. The sunglasses are a great touch. The pose is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the
Yep.
gun and the knife. Okay, so we're A tier. I think
A
it
tier, easy.
might be cooler than Hercules for me.
Yes, that I do
agree.
agree.
Do you think he's cooler than Hellcow?
The discard fan in me wants to say no.
Take the
objective
bias out
fan
of it.
Wants to say yes.
Okay.
Because when was the last time you legitimately played Hellcow?
I like the purple and green. When Hella was a problem, that's when I played Hellcow.
Yeah, that's fair.
All
Before
right.
it got nerfed.
Hobgoblin, I'm going to say this might be a C tier for me.
It's one of those old hips. I would say C as well.
And I would have said B or A. There's just something about it that is it's like what you said with the Hellcow. And I think we have to bring this up because there is that split. But I think it's like with the Hellcow, there is something menacing but cute. The animation's really good. The colors really pop. Like the flame behind his oh god, comic nerds just attack me. But the
Today, Junior!
the hoverboard that he's on, like
The glider, Nick.
You're an idiot.
the glider.
goblin
Yes.
glider.
Listen. I'm old. My
So-
memory's bad.
How about B tier? Can we settle for B tier?
I can be sold on a B tier. I think
Okay.
it is better than I gave it credit for. I think we're just being a little biased because it's an older one. We've seen it
Yeah.
for such a long time.
Yeah. I'll put it here. Do you think it's... We'll come back and we'll see if we put it ahead of Hawkeye. Howard the
Yeah.
Duck. This is one we said we would talk about.
Absolutely. Perry,
Easy S tier. Come on now.
I have to agree it is an S tier.
It's great.
It's,
So much
Perry,
personality.
tell us why. Yeah, I want to hear yours. You are the man of ducks. I
So
think
much
you-
personality in the expression. It's determined but funny because he's a duck and he's got the little suit on and the animation on it is great. The color work is phenomenal. I like his stepping forward pose here.
It's the face for me.
Yeah, it's such an expressive face.
You're not a duck you want to make angry.
You look at a bunch of Hip's other faces, and it's typically they're not as big and pronounced as Howard's face.
Yeah.
Like even the Hobgoblin we just did before, High Evo, you can barely see its face. But you look at Howard, and it's just all expression, and
Yep.
that is worthy of an S tier.
Do you think it's better than Hellcarrier?
I put it right under Hellicarrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next card is HulkBuster. I really, really enjoy the HulkBuster. There's a lot of detail there. And I think it's either an A or an S for me.
I'm cool with A. I do think there is an absurd amount of detail in such a compressed drawing. A works for me.
It works for
Yeah,
you?
I'm the same. I love the hands. The flames animated behind it are great. The colors are great. It pops, but it doesn't overload you. It's just excellent.
I think I put this one above Hitmonkey in just terms of the detail that's in it. Up
There's
next,
more-
Iceman. I'm going to say probably C or B.
Yep, C for me.
I would have said D, but I'm fine with C. This is just
Yeah.
I like it more than the Heimdall, weirdly enough. It's got
That's
a little
fine.
bit. Yeah, okay. Up next, we got Infinaut.
It's the next
B.
one up.
feel like this is a B.
Yeah, I'm cool with B.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's B. B works.
High B. I'll put him up here.
Super Tech Guy's gonna be mad, but he'll have to deal with it.
Yeah. SDG comment. We'll look for it. Iron Lad. I think this is probably like an A tier. It's pretty solid.
I used this one for a while. I'd say A.
Same. Great.
In terms of where we're putting it, I think I would put it like...
I would have put it maybe behind Hercules. I think it's
Really?
a lower A.
Okay. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Iron Man. This one's special to me. This was my very first Dan Hipp. I really like this one. We got this if you have an iOS device when you first started. For me, this is an A.
Yep. I have the same attachment to it. First Hipp. I am fine with A.
I would go B, but I'm fine with A. Yeah, I can work with that.
There you go.
I'm going to put him ahead of Iron Lad because, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, fair.
Up next, we have Jane Foster Thor. I like this variant, but I guess other people do not like this variant. So I would put this at low A, high B.
I think B is fine for Jane.
And I'm here thinking this is a C, potentially D tier. The animation is good, but the face just, I don't know. There's something about it that's just off. What do you guys think?
If you didn't know any better and looked first glance, you might be like, that's just regular Thor.
Yeah.
What is this Jane Foster?
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
the helmet is a little different.
I also like the body. Like, even though it does look Thorish, I would put it ahead of Infinaut, to be honest.
See,
Nick's got to make his case here.
Yeah, give me a reason.
Slower.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Okay, I think my big reason is the fact that because of how this is designed, and it might be due to just the design of a Marvel Snap card, there's not a lot of contrast between her. It's just a big body in the frame. Okay, everything is blocked off. So there is just this card with the hammer and her. And there's not a lot of space to be able to see a bigger picture of it. So it just looks a little off, if that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing behind it. And I can't get past the face. I don't know what it is about the face, but it just,
I like the
it
face.
hits me in the wrong way.
I honestly do not mind it. Like, I like that it's a little bit closer. Like, I don't need a full body shot every time. Like, Tribunal's similar. Tribunal is also half of it showing, but you know, Knull is too. Like Knull, you could see a bit of his legs, but I would
don't
say
think it always needs to be full body.
No.
But I am kind of with Nick. It just seems, is it the hammer taking it? Like, is the hammer too big?
I think the hammer's big. The cape is in the way.
Thor's hammer is not the size of his head, right?
No.
Like, it's not that big.
No.
His head is definitely still bigger than the hammer. And it looks like the hammer is much bigger than Jane's head here.
So do you want low end of B?
Nick wants this in D.
You say D?
Is this the worst one here?
No.
No, not by a long shot. Are you kidding me? It's way better than High Evo. Like,
I agree. I don't
Alright,
think it's
fine.
the worst one here. I think C is appropriate.
Yeah.
okay.
I think C works.
I think Jeff may be a C as well.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Hold
now.
Dan Hipp Jeff, was this not a Spotlight variant?
It was his first Spotlight variant even.
Is this the only Dan Hipp Spotlight variant in the game?
No, Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey's also a Spotlight?
Yep.
Okay, I stand corrected. I'm in agreement though. I do think this is a little underwhelming. It's cute, but Jeff
Jeff's
does
cute.
not have a hard time being cute, and I think compared creatively, it is not nearly as impressive as some of his other animals and non-human cards. I think this was a little lazy by Mr. Hipp, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Just let the card do its thing.
Hey, it's Jeff. He's popping out, and like you could do so much more with Jeff. So I'm gonna say, I don't know. Is he better than Heimdall? Yeah, he's better than Heimdall.
He's better than Heimdall.
Easily.
Yeah,
I'd
we'll put
say,
it
like, yeah.
there.
I mean, Jeff is still Jeff. you know.
All right. Give him
It's
his
still
flowers
cute.
where it's due. Okay, Jessica Jones.
This one I feel is going to be controversial.
I like
'cause
this one.
I don't.
No?
And I don't quite know why, because the colors are good, the animation is good, but it doesn't feel like the character, at least from my knowledge. I don't know.
You don't like hobo Jessica Jones?
Yeah, maybe she's too hobo-ish in this. She does kind of, I think that's, you hit the nail on the head there, is why
Yeah.
is she so, it's not even like grunge. It really is just like hobo.
Yeah.
Well, is it the hole in the pants? Like, I don't know if he's going with the style of she was just in a scrap and now she's got a tear in her pants, or
I think that's probably what he's going for, but to me, it's just like I'm begging for change on the side of the road.
Please Please, sir, I want some more.
It does look a bit like that, but I do like the overall look aside from it not fitting the character.
Yeah,
like
looking at her face, it gives a lot.
I would say this is a B for me.
I'd be fine with lower B. I probably would have said C, but I would say lower B is fine. Maybe right behind Hobgoblin.
Okay.
I would have gone A, but I think that's a suitable place for it to go.
Okay. The design is good, but there is a good point to be made about it not fitting the character as we know her, you know?
It's a little excessive emo, but
Yeah.
Jubilee. Jubilee for me is probably B. B for me.
I would have probably gone low A for Jubilee because I think the pose and the colors and the animation's pretty good. What do you think, Nick?
I'm exactly the same. I think this is one of the better hips. I think it's very entertaining and just energized. Yeah, A all the way.
Where are we thinking on the A train?
I'd say probably right between Hellcow and Hercules for Jubilee.
Okay. Ka-Zar. I feel like this one's really weak overall.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's
What do you got?
C.
C. I was thinking A tier for Mr. Ka-Zar here. What about you, Nick?
Mr. Bird knows? No, I think C is where this one belongs. There's not a lot going on in the animation.
What's
It's
your
just-
reasoning for the A?
I think the expression is good once again on the face, and I think the little details, all the little scars on him are pretty cool. He's kind of leaping. It's very much in character, unlike Jessica Jones. Very Tarzan-esque, and I don't know. I think it's one of the better ones. It's simple, but it looks very good in the hip style.
I'm gonna put him here.
Okay.
Can't get over the raptor.
I will take the L on that one and not sway your opinions. All right.
Yeah, and the bird nose and just I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the pose. Killmonger. I think Killmonger is either a B or a low A for me. I really like the design.
I can go B. I think this is boilerplate Dan Hip standard.
Yeah, I would have said A, but B is fine.
Well, if two say A, we could do a low A. I say it's a low A.
Okay, I'm fine with it.
It's a free gold.
Kitty Pryde, I will say, is a tier, like high A tier, might be S tier for me.
Dragon's doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. You have to have any kitty variant. I feel like you have to have some sort of coming through a wall. So I think this does it well. I am a fan of the old school costume. Again, like he does with so many of these old school characters, to have them in their OG costumes is pretty cool. So yeah, A.
What do you think?
To quote Emma Stone, easy A. This is great. Dragon, 10 out of 10.
I'll put her right there. I think that's good for her. Claw, I would say, actually, I kind of like the Claw. Low A, high B.
I go high B.
Same.
I'd put him above Infinaut.
I would as well. Knull, this is one we said we would talk about. It's pretty cool looking. High A, maybe
very
low
cool
S.
I was thinking low S as well. I think Knull is one of those cards that has very few misses on variants. I love the spiked shoulder pads going on, the fiendish look, cool looking pose with the sword as well. The fingers are a little iffy for me. That's probably like the one thing keeping it from, maybe it is high A, like top of A.
Also, the symbiote goo coming off of him is pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's a nice
Why
touch.
did you have to use the term? Why goo? Of all of the words to use, Gregor, why was
What-
goo the one you chose?
What
goo
do
is
you
fine.
call it?
I guess.
What do you say?
Not goo.
Symbiote tendrils, symbiote.
Yes.
It's a fluid. It's a viscous fluid.
It's also better than goo.
Is ooze better than goo?
Only for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What about
Yeah,
Ivan ooze?
That's too
YouTube,
highbrow
tell
for
us, is symbiote
Yes.
goo applicable here? Somebody back me up, okay?
I'm,
All right.
I'm with you. I think goo is fine. No! I wonder what's worse, though. Is ooze or goo worse? What would you rather hear aesthetically?
I think ooze. I immediately think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like that's the connections there.
Secret of the ooze. Yeah.
First, we should observe the ancient ritual of the traditional pre-fight donut.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm alone on Ooze Island over here.
Better than being alone on Goo Island. Exactly.
We'll have
Which
to wait and
island
see.
would you rather be trapped on? Ooze
That's
or
a different
Goo
question.
Island?
That's a different question. I feel like I might be able to get some superpowers on Ooze Island. Goo Island. Ugh. Sounds like a place where some adult films are shot. Anywho.
All right, let's reel it back in, y'all. Okay, up next we have Korg. Korg.
I'm cool.
C or B?
C.
See.
You say C? Where do you say C wise?
Right between High Evo and Iceman.
Okay. Lady Deathstrike. It's a B tier for me.
Yeah, B.
Same.
I think I like her more than the Infinaut. Not as
I
much
agree.
as Klaw,
higher,
though.
higher end to B.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Lady Sif.
I think Parry should be the first to talk about this one or to rate this one.
I was just gonna say B tier and move on. Because
Wow.
despite her being a discard queen, I think this one is one of the lesser ones. Pretty basic.
I feel like B tier fits. I like her more than Infinaut.
Yeah. Okay.
Leader. I actually kind of love this one. Just the massive head and veins. This is an A tier for me.
I'm fine with A. I also think it's great, the amount of detail just in the forehead alone.
And that it's
pretty good.
so forehead forward. It's just, here I am. Here's my veiny, bulgy head. Never mind. Anyway, yes.
And leader, I'm
Yeah,
going to
great.
say A tier.
I like A tier for
Yeah.
leader.
That big bulbous head is just, it's worth going up in the A's.
I think he fits right there.
That's good for me.
Leech, we are going to say Leech is an A or a B for me.
Yeah, I think B is good for Leech.
High B, I think. I think he's better than Klaw. He's just so happy.
He's on his way to like get some bubble gum or something. Like, look at how happy he is.
It's hard to separate the art from the artist in this case. The art from the card, because so much of us, we've been plagued by Leech for a long time.
I can't stand. I want to throw this kid into a volcano. But
Yeah,
he looks like he's about to go get some Pokemon cards.
he does.
He's just.
I wouldn't mind if the Pokemon shop burned down with him inside it, but
Oh my lord.
the variant is a high B. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Watched X-Men 97, and you know the scene. I was like, yes!
Yep.
We were all cheering during that scene. All the Marvel Snap fans were cheering during that scene.
You had it coming, dude. Okay, up next we got Legion. He's got them grippers out.
Put those grippers away!
Let's put him at a... See, we're running out of room. We need to separate some just so we can get A tiers down. I think this is a B or a C for me. Maybe a low B.
I would agree with a low B here as well.
Yeah, the animation's good, but it's B, low B, easy.
Now, I think I like it more than Hobo Jessica Jones and more than Hobgoblin as well. Probably more than Hawkeye, and Infinaut. Yeah, I'll put him there.
That's fine by me. I don't mind.
Okay,
Same.
up next we have Living Tribunal. This is, I don't know, I really like this variant for Living Tribunal. I would say low S, high A.
I am not as big of a fan of this one in particular. I think it's a little weird proportionally. I don't know if I feel like the head is too small or it's not showing enough of the head, maybe. There's just something a little off about it to me. I would be okay with a B tier.
Yeah, same. It's nothing that screams anything more than a B.
Fine, but I'm going to put him there.
That's fine.
Up next, Lockjaw is pretty dang cute. It's a good looking puppers right there. You're an
He's
A
a good
tier.
boy with a mustache. I would say S tier for this beautiful little pupperino.
This is an S tier for you?
For me, it is. Yeah.
I could fold for an S tier.
Did we give Cosmo an S tier?
We did. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because I don't think this is cuter than Cosmo. I think
No.
Cosmo was cuter.
Cosmo is cuter, but a doggo's a doggo, so
Doggo's a doggo. I do like the mustache. I would have gone A tier.
we're running out of space. We need to put it in S.
I would
'Cause it
be
doesn't fit in B.
more inclined to move like Killmonger and Havok
Yes.
down to B tier than I would be to put Lockjaw in S tier.
What if we put HulkBuster up?
I don't
Because
know if HulkBuster's S tier though.
see, I'm running out of space. We need to do something here. Because Jessica, we have the same issue if we put Killmonger lower. Wait, does
Will
it
it
go
even let you?
down? Okay.
Okay.
Well, like do we want to do it like that?
I mean, are we not allowed to have more than one line
Yeah.
of a tier?
Yeah, we'll allow it.
We got to be authentic after all.
I think it's okay. Last but not least, one of my favorite tech cards in the game, Luke Cage. This might be an S tier for me.
It's working on it for me. I'm a sucker for those classic costumes, and you got the Power Man costume going on here for Luke Cage, so I do like that a lot.
Pose is really good too.
Pose is good. Busting out of a wall, very much Power Man. Expression's a little lacking compared to some of his later stuff. What do you think, Nick?
I agree. The colors pop. The animation's really good. The rocks move.
I'm moving
I think
Heimdall to
this-
D because I
I'm good
feel
with
like
it.
we need somebody in D just to
do.
even it out.
And see, I would have put Jane in there. I see Jane as a much more suitable candidate.
I'm not putting Jane Foster down into D.
That's fine, I suppose. Can we put Korg down there or Iceman? You know what? Can I make a case for Iceman going down just so the D's not all on its own?
I'll allow Iceman. I think Korg deserves to stay in C.
Okay.
He's very much got some. What was that enemy in Super Mario World? The football guys.
I have no idea what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I know the ones they jerk faces.
Bazooka Joe or something like that.
Yes.
Something like I don't remember. So yeah, just saying about Korg. If you know what I'm talking about, the enemy from Super Mario Brothers that are the football dudes, I can't think of their name right now. It's probably something with alliteration, like Bullet Bill, you know, one of those things. So let us know in the comments below what character I'm thinking of.
And thank you all for watching and us going through this. Let us know if you thought it was improved to the other one. Like a lot of people did watch the other video. So let us know if you want more or less, and we can make it happen for the next one. So make sure to follow NickDaGreekGeek and Parry Manilow. I will include their links in the description once we post this video, and mine as well. But until next time, that is a cute dog, sir.
Very, very cute. S tier easily.
Well, that right there is why we do the show, folks.
Thank you to our monthly Ko-fi subscribers. For $10 a month, you can help support the stream as well as content creation. Also get shout outs on all YouTube videos. I will include a link in the description if you are interested in doing so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big shout out to Calvin Rankin.